what's really cool if you see the relation between H and K and W. H is split evenly to the center over to the other side. K is split in the center, but kicked down and then gone up. Okay. W, if you took a K and laid it on its back, a W would be the tracings of a K, but intertwined and different. But it would, you see what I'm saying? If you laid a K down or you stood a W up, it would be a full. If you stood a W up, it would be a crazy K. Just open and different, But it would be sort of like a 1, 2, 3 of a K, because it's 23 and a K is 1, 1. So that's a really hard thing to try to put into words, but there we go with that. So we have Sean Michael Hickenbottom, and it's S-H-A-W-N. It's not the other Sean. He's got a W in there for a reason, and he's got the S-H-A-W-N. And he's Sean Michaels Hickenbottom. Well, he's wild name, cool name, awesome. HBK. So if you just say HK, or Hear Body Kinetic, okay, that K, you have the body in between. If you take the body out, the B is gone. Now, just go HK. That's 8 and 11. That's 811. That adds up to 10. And we would say everything comes from nothing. Okay? So if we took 1, 2, 3 and went to W, and we had a 0 in between the 2, 3, that would mean somehow we're going backwards in a cycle. Does that make sense? Of course. Like the K standing up, the W standing up, or the K laying down, and the W standing up are filling each other's missing pieces. When it's spring and it's summertime, they're M's and N's and G's and P's and letters that have like the roundness facing out, R's and P's. And autumn is where things go from M to N, and they go from fall, like from forward to 2 L's downward, meaning in between those 2 L's, but it's still going to move on along the bottom, at its lower scale. And then when you get to HK, you could say Halloween, because the W is HW. Now, the K that was missing when we take Shawn Michaels, a Heartbreak Kid, and we took the B out. There's no body now. The K would become the first letter kinetically without the H and the W, and you would have AL as in active life, and you would say A. Now it's the person. It would be Kala, but you identify him. Kali. So Halloween is the falling, the calling of the hollowing, the calling, you could move it into a reoccurring thing and manifest more reoccurring, and then put the body of the reoccurrence on the end. It would be crumbling, but then you'd turn it into a C and an R, because you wouldn't be giving it its kinetic thing. You would be giving it its conceptual idea of its reoccurring unit of manifested body, crumb. I mean, it's so weird to see it that way, but to try to say it to people sounds a little bit weird. But imagine if your whole life was everything you look at, even the grass, even the bushes. If I look at them long enough, I know their story. And the longer I look at them, I remember its lifespan. I remember how it works. I remember how it goes. And even a specialist could show me in a book that they've studied about a weird plant that I don't even know the name of or haven't seen as Dan Alexander. But then I only have to look at it for a few minutes, and I could say that it's probably in this family with this thing, and it's good for this part of your body, and it's good for this, because it's all math. It's all just math. And I don't want to sit down and do that for people, because literally it's your belief system, but now it's what you've had embedded into your brain through letters, numbers, signs, symbols, and thoughts. So you got to work on each one of those with your eyes closed, thinking about what life really, really, really is. Not just what's on TV, what you've been doing with your time. That's not what life is. That's what you've been doing with life. Not you with your life. There is no your life unless you're considering your as in Y-O-R-E, what people said it was, what you thought it was. That's your life. That's just what your ye old story used to be. But now it's really you, who you are, who you and I are, the universe, one together, a unit working. unity. And if we can do something in common, it would be a community. But if we can't do it in common, then stay together in our own unities, in our own units. But why not work on it with somebody who knows what your destiny is? If you really believe in destiny, there is one for all of us, each of us. And we actually all have good paths and bad paths. It's like choose your own adventure. But I don't want to allow people to kill us anymore in real life. If you were playing a game and you got sick of everyone killing everybody on purpose, you'd be like, it's time to stop doing that. And we're doing it in the real world because it's what we're doing in God's mind. If that doesn't make sense by now, I could show you all the patterns, shapes, and colors, symbols, signs that cause it. So I can show you how to reverse it. And I can show you how to cure things because it's all just math. And when you open up your eyes, not your third eye. I don't even want to talk the jumble and the jargled, garbage that we all say. It's not garbage, but it's just garbled from age. Like it's age always is time. And it's like we talk about heritage. That's what we hear plus age. And if you have heredity, it's just what you do here, like here, energy, reoccurring energy, here, edity. You're editing yourself based on what people of your heritage tell you to do. And that's literally what they are. And I can stand in front of you and make shapes of all the letters and actually start getting in the names of the people that we've all studied and things that we've heard about them and things that I've never heard about them as Dan. But I'll show you, of course, math. It's all just math. And it is. And it's freaky at first. But then you can actually see where presidents lied, where we're going in the future, like everything. And you can put it in your mind and go there as a being after you do it good enough. You can learn how to do it and manifest that activity in your world. And then you can come back to this one. But your world is different than you thought it was. And it's not just metaphysical, it's physical. It's quantiphysical. I don't know what the hell you'd call it. I'm not worried about calling it anything because it's not anything anyone's ever done before. And it's time for you to be able to do it just as much as everyone should be able to. No one should hold anybody back. This does have to do a lot with what we put in our bodies. Inside, outside, and around us. It's how you surround yourself with things and what you think about your life and definitely what you put in it. You can believe yourself into health eating garbage, but when you know you're killing things and contributing to stuff, you just have to become more conscious of it. That's all. That's all the Creator would want. That's all God would want. That's all Krishna and Buddha. That's all they would want. They want you to get along without killing each other or other things. That's it. And if you say that's not what they want because blah, 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 you're thinking like an animal. You're thinking like our predecessors, like our prehistoric old ones, like our Native American who would defend for the ones they love or would defend their food or their property. And it's not that anymore. We can share. It's not hard. And if it is, tell me how it is, unless you're just trying to capitalize on people. And that's not what God wants. That's not what the Creator of you wants. That's not what you want for yourself. So you don't want it for anyone else, unless you're just a bonehead. And it's time to stop being a bonehead. No more fluoride. All right? Rock on in the right way. Peace.